Hello, friend. I believe we're on part 4 now, and my name is Gina Liberty, and this is Perimenopausal Chats. This is a part 4 of a 5-part series, and it's kind of going through the journey of my life and how I got to where I am today with being a weight loss coach and how I'm here on YouTube, just chatting to whoever and hopefully helping you somehow, or at least making you feel like you're not alone. So last week I touched on gut health and how it was a pivotal moment in my life and in my health, and how everything started turning around and changing for me. No more migraines, no more joint pain. I didn't have any sleep issues. I was losing weight. Like, all the things were going in my favor. So let me see. That was when I was, when I got poor health, I was 35. So 8 years, 43. So between ages 43 and 44 is where that happened. And at age 45 is when I realized that something was not right. Again. I had been so fed up with things not working, things working, things not working. And I realize now that every stage of life is different, and our bodies and our minds need some different types of support. And that's okay. It's just, it can be very frustrating trying to figure out what's going on with your body and your mind, so you don't feel like you're crazy or broken, right? So things started creeping back in. My sleep started being disrupted again. I started having a little joint pain, not so much the headaches, thank goodness. And I'm still taking those products today that helped me with the gut health, because I firmly believe in them and what they did for me. And then what else started happening? Just little things. Oh, my weight wouldn't budge at the time. And I still had a lot of weight to lose. Remember, I had been 100 pounds heavier than I am now, and I lost some weight with the gut health, probably over a year and a half. I think I lost about 50 pounds-ish, 50 to 55 pounds. And everything stopped. And I'm like, what is going on? And so if you've heard me talk before, you've heard me say that vertigo is what was the first thing that tipped me off to know that I was in perimenopause. That coupled with my wacky periods, and then I was like digging into researching what was going on and found perimenopause. My mom never talked to me about periods or perimenopause, menopause, none of that type of stuff when I was growing up, so I had no idea what was going on. And I just know that there are many women out there who don't know what's going on, and this is one video where I'm going to want to, it's going to be a video where I'm going to want to edit it, right? Because my cat is, did you catch that? I threw something at her to make her stop. Anyway, I don't want to edit these. Because it's just me and it's real life. It's not a person who's, stuffy and fluffy and all of the things. I am just me being me. And if you're still watching, I appreciate you greatly, because sometimes I ramble. Sometimes I try to stay on focus. I really try to stay on focus because I don't want to be that. You come here for a purpose and you get this. So I apologize. Sometimes it's harder for me to focus. And today is apparently one of those days when I decided I had time to do my last 2 videos. So anyway, bringing me back to focus. The old tools stopped working. For a while, I felt like I was broken until I figured out what was going on with the perimenopause. And I realized, I'm not sleeping well. My body feels totally out of sync. I'm not eating enough. I'm not drinking enough water, because when I try to figure things out, I tend to let some things go by the wayside. And at this point, I didn't have my solid foundation set yet. And so I tried different things. I tried some different supplements. I tried HRT actually for 3 to 4 months, and it actually made my symptoms worse. And I figured out later why. It's because I didn't have that healthy foundation set yet. And HRT will not work to its fullest extent that it can if you don't have that solid foundation. So if you've tried it before and it didn't work, that doesn't mean it's not ever going to work. It just means there might be some tweaking that you need to do, get that healthy foundation set in place, and then you can try it again, and it may be magic for you. The healthy foundation alone might be magic for you. So I just had to start prioritizing things. Strength training was one of them that I started, and walking daily was another one. And macros. I actually worked on my macros for a while because it made sense to me. And I also became a macros coach because of that. Because I was trying to help myself figure things out, dig deeper, learn more about what macros specific to my body could do, how to test it, and how to be a little patient, actually. It helped me to figure out how to be consistent for at least 3 weeks with the same thing, and make sure it's actually working in my favor and my body was responding to it, right? So other things that I started doing was prioritizing protein. That came a little later. I knew that I couldn't be perfect. I knew that, but sometimes you still try to be perfect. You try to have perfect days, perfect eating days, perfect workout days. We can't be perfect. There is no perfection. If we try to achieve it, it's just going to drive us even more crazy because it's not attainable. That's the thing. We can never attain it. But if we're always trying to attain it, we're going to go crazy. We are going to go crazy, right? So later, let me see. How old am I now? I'm 51. So I probably did this for 5 years, 5 years-ish. And things seem to be going pretty good. I lost another 20 pounds or so. And then I was stuck again, doing the same thing. So it makes you just kind of look at your life, analyze where you're at. Just really be honest with yourself on, okay, what actually am I eating? How much am I eating? Am I eating enough? That's been a problem before. And I knew my metabolism had been through a lot. And so I actually set in maintenance macros for a year because I knew my body needed healing. It had done all of the diets, all of the fads. And of course, why wouldn't it respond? If it felt horrible and I forget my glasses glare every time. I apologize again. It's been a day. So anyway, I was just analyzing everything that I was doing and trying to figure out, okay, what is going on? Why is this different again? What is happening? I've been in perimenopause now for 5 years. Why is it doing this now? And I realized that basically the amount of carbs I was eating, the amount of fats, it did come back to macros. Actually, I am now eating mostly protein with ferments, which are great for your gut health, and some hard cheeses. And yes, I have other things as well from time to time, but I find that my body is responding quite greatly to that, and it feels good. And it's just another piece of, if you're trying to lose weight and it's not budging, keep an open mind, try something new. It doesn't have to be totally extreme. I'm not about extremes. I'm not about shaming yourself. I'm about getting real results in 90 days or less. That is what I want for you. So then I lost the last 25 pounds, and I have since been able to keep all of that off, and I am maintaining quite nicely, and it feels really good because I'll have French fries. I just won't have a bun. I'll have a latte because I like lattes right now, even though I know that those will make me a little more bloated. I can tell it definitely in the stomach area. I can tell. So If you do have issues in the stomach area, if you're a coffee drinker, if you're a milk drinker or a latte drinker, dairy products, that type of stuff is going to show up there. And that might be something that you want to look at to see. You know, if you're fine where you're at, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. Stay where you're at. If you are tired of where you're at and you want to make some changes, then we really got to look at some more, some things that we may have not looked at before. And so, if you're in perimenopause and you're feeling a little stuck, I want to give you some hope that it can change. There are things that can happen. It just might take a little bit longer to figure things out for you, a little more trial and error. But if you're up for it, I promise you the results and the outcome is well worth it. And especially going into this phase of life, we want to be our strongest. We want to be our clearest in mind. We want to be our sexiest. We want to be all the things and have a wonderful life that we love. And it can happen, but it can suck when we feel like crap. So doing everything that you can, again, controlling the controllable is definitely key, and having that healthy foundation set is definitely key. And then maybe you can look at some of these other things that might be helpful in what's the word I want? Here's my perimenopausal glitch for today. Enhance. There's the word. It can enhance everything that you're doing, all of these extras. If there's any trends or tools or things you want to try, HRT, those things can definitely help and enhance where you're at if you have that healthy foundation set and you're controlling the controllable and you're doing all that you can to get the results and outcome that you want. So there's just a little hope for you. And just remember that something is always better than nothing. That is my mantra in life. And it is good for any area of life. Something is always better than nothing. So if you want to come back and hear part 5, just give me a follow and I'll get that one up next week. Although I am going to film it today. So I may have a little more, whatever's going on with me today. So it might carry over into the next one. But again, I'm not into showing you something I'm not. I'm showing you who I actually am. If you see me on here, you see me out in the world, you're going to get the same thing. I might be a little quieter because I tend to be quiet until I get to know you. And then normally you can't shut me up. So anyway, I will see you next week for part 5 and we'll wrap this up. And I would love to hear your thoughts on all things perimenopause in the comments. So leave them below and let's start a conversation. And until next time, have a good one and we will chat soon.